Nice little transition. Come on, Glay. Come on,
Yeah.
Glay.
Let's go. Shit was
You
smooth.
good?
It was smooth.
Smooth, man. You gotta have a nice smooth transition first thing in the AM.
And
Let me put
hey,
my.
yeah. No, it's a no-brainer. It's a no question.
Now we know we finna have an amazing show.
Yes, sir. You switched the angle. Oh, I got that same thing.
This?
The little multi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got a yeah. That is that the J5?
I don't even know if it makes a difference. Do you think it makes a difference when you plug directly to the internet?
I don't know. I've never even tried it without it.
Yeah, because I plug it to the computer and then I plug one to the camera.
Oh, okay. So mine goes to camera, but then the mic, and then the laptop, and then a power source. So my
See, I have a different one for that. I only use this one to connect the Ethernet cable.
Oh, so it's only one thing. Got you. So
I have
don't
another. I have
connect to the wireless.
I connect. Nah, I try not to use the wireless, but this is what I use. Hold on, like one of these.
Oh, okay,
Power
I've seen
sources,
those.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That's what keeps your joint everything powered. So okay,
Yeah.
I know what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Yeah. What's the word, Glay? Yesterday was heavy, man. How you feeling, baby?
It's good, man. I think we really dove in head first into, taking it at a responsibility to understanding the worlds and the or understanding how society is broken up, and then really to start addressing what the native differences are for people so that they can identify these things in return, hopefully close the gap on what looks like a certain class of people who just continue to keep winning, however that approach looks like, and how to increase the odds. None of this stuff that we talk about necessarily defines everyone, but there is definitely some there's some accuracy, and we want to be able to provide as much information to allow people to understand what's going on around the world, what's going on around the world, around them, in the world
Yeah.
around them. Yeah. So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty dope though. Just to kind of see how we get to where we're at, and how we can get to where we want to go, especially as humanity. Not everybody on this bus actually know where this bus leads to, and so it may be a lot more emotional for them to point the finger at a certain group or say that this person is responsible for this, or whatever whatever pulls them to whatever side they go on. And so now I think if we can provide the information so that people can kind of get on the same page, then I think we can get a lot closer to understanding how we can get humanity to start collaborating again. And
Yeah.
then moving forward and working together, and providing a America that feels the same for everyone across the board, not certain classes or certain units or certain races or certain genders. Everybody across the board feels that this America is great again. If that
You
was
know what? So as I'm hearing, my fault. It was
no,
delayed. Go ahead.
I was done. Mm-hmm.
You know what's wild? Like, so competition breeds success, right? Competition breeds, it brings out the best of everybody, perhaps. Does it really? Like, does competition only work when there's a dictator? And the reason why I'm saying this is because we're in the world, right? Where we have all these countries that are clearly at odds with each other, whether it's actually physical war with death and destruction, or it's a war with the economies, sanctions, things of that nature. And we're naturally, I guess, going to be in competition with each other. Once we determine, hey, this piece of land is Jersey, this piece of land is New York. Now, there's obviously there's a difference. So therefore, it's kind of some sort of competition. Oh, here's Russia, here's United States, here's China. There's naturally going to be a competition for resources as everybody's trying to become their best. It's not as if, like, for China to be the most powerful, that means that the United States can't be the most powerful. You know what I mean? So it's kind of that mindset. And in sports, you always have a dictator. You always have a commissioner. You always have somebody that's running the show. We don't have anybody running the show when it comes to globally, or we don't know if anybody's running the show, because the international courts, it seems, aren't nearly as powerful as the most powerful countries. So it's like, what are they going to do? Like, the international courts are only as powerful as the most powerful countries, because they're the ones that are going to enforce the international law.
Yeah, that's a good point, especially considering what's going on in Venezuela.
Yeah, because if the most powerful countries are on board with something that doesn't align with international law, who's going to step out of line and enforce it? Like, who's going to check the boss? Like, who's going to check the big guy?
Somebody had told me yesterday about they was like nice, now that they got Venezuela president, can somebody come to America and kidnap ours?
Yeah. and that's the thing with, like, all the celebrations and stuff.
Who gonna do that? Like you're saying, who gonna come grab him?
Yeah.
Like he got convicted with shit inside of the US. They don't grab him. Who gonna come grab him? So you're right. Like, who's policing the police?
Yeah. There has to be some sort of governing force for humanity. And I'm sure it's not like we're saying anything that the world elites or anybody else hasn't thought of. So there's either is that, and they're controlling all of the heads of states, the heads of countries on puppet strings. It has to be, in my mind, as I'm processing it, one or the other. It has to be that, or it has to be that there's one that is just behind the scenes, or there's one that's behind the scenes, or there's just not one. You know what I'm saying? Like, it has to be one or the other.
Yeah, I would think that, if you consider that, that's where we get into that conversation of like what the elites look like. Like, there is like, I guess it would be hard to conceptualize how you can go above government and what that even looks like. How you go above politics, how you go above these conversations. But
is it hard to say?
Well, I would say, just like, it's hard to describe who that is. We speak of it as this, like, God that sits in the clouds, and it's just like, we never know what they look like, we never know what they say, we never know when it's them, we never know when it's not them. We just always know they exist, but we don't really know how or where they're at. And so that's the part that allows that elite to be able to kind to navigate, because when we say behind the scenes, we're talking about a group of people that are truly behind the scenes, meaning they walk down the street, they're not recognized in any state. They're not the VP of a Facebook. They're not a president of a country. You're talking about individuals you will never know who they are. They will walk right in front of you and you won't know if that exists. And I would assume it makes sense that it does exist, but it's like that element of behind the scenes that allows them to never necessarily take the fault for anything, but never necessarily take the credit for anything either. And now we're just in a space where it's like, there's gotta be somebody who just gets to sit back. But if you think about it, this is where what leads government to corruption is, because at the same time, like you said, if nobody's there to mandate it, and if the elites aren't willing to step out and say who they are, then we never know who's running what. And we never know why it's being done the way it's being done. So it plays a bigger question to, if we get all the way to the tippity top. I think of the movie, I'm sure you watched that movie. What's the one with the one that was in China where the people play those games, Squid Games?
I never watched that.
Oh, damn. Okay. When you get a chance, man, catch up. So you're gonna fuck with it. But it really it's somewhat of this similar Epstein Island energy, or the super elite, and it's just like the uber wealthy pull up and they break any law whenever, however, and there's nothing you can do about it. They don't deal with politics. They don't deal with necessarily day-to-day people. People don't know who they are. They just get to kind of do literally what they want. And it kind of shows the hierarchy of how, like, yeah, there's another level above politics. And it's almost like politics is for a certain group of individuals. It's for certain classes. Politics doesn't exist when you hit a certain class. And now it's about what you want, when you want it, how fast you want it, and what you're willing to do to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. So is there a solution?
I think if you apply pressure in the right areas that force people to reveal what corruptions are within the system, or what ultimately people are wanting, I think you can definitely apply that that kind of pressure to get change. I look at it somewhat like a corporate company. It's just like corporate companies can just no longer do what they want anymore. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be able to immediately impact the elites, but you can definitely elicit them to do what you may want just cause. Like, NIL wasn't going to be a thing until there was pressure. Now, somebody losing out somebody may not be eating the same way they was eating before, but I think there's an opportunity to at least shift it or push it to some degree. And now, rather than what they was doing before, with just straight up robbing niggas, all right, they leaving a couple breadcrumbs now, and just kind of constantly keep pushing that to see how much we can get out of it, and ultimately see we can get to a place where it's amicable, but it's only good as until the next person steps up and they want more power. They want more control. Like, we just haven't seen the NIL pop off when they start putting the sanctions together. They start putting, nah, y'all can't be doing that no more, or you can't just be transferring and you be a 9-year senior. Like, they going to start applying the jurisdiction or the control tactics to it. That's when you know, okay, whoever really getting the bag off of this is starting to aligning what their personal agenda is. And you can see, because it usually starts off, it's like there's some type of oppression going on. All of a sudden, boom, illegal. You can do whatever you want. You got free range. Then the sanctions come in and the control and the structure. And then now we just commit to that. And we never push back or control anymore, want more control, because we believe that they're giving us something, when really that's the whole play. Take everything away from them, beg to push back. You give them, you all of a sudden open it wide open. You basically expose that they don't know how to control themselves. Then you come with the sanctions, and now you look like the savior.
Yeah, democratic, liberal type of energy. Mm-hmm. You know, give handouts in order to, like, an exchange. Like, there's a value exchange there. That's what you're saying. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna tell you. So the most disappointing things that I saw yesterday, like, I saw a couple videos from people like Patrick Bet-David, them talking about it. I saw Andrew Tate. The energy, bro, was disgusting. Like, people laughing and joking about the bombing, like celebrating, like Trump is so fucking goofy, bro. He's such a goof, bro. Like even the stuff that he's putting on Truth Social, like, this isn't something that you should be bragging about. Like, there should be some sort of grace and understanding and appreciation for human life that you know, there were innocent people that are now affected by this.
Mm-hmm. That were doing
innocent people. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's all just a bunch of goofy energy from the goofy people here celebrating. You know what I mean? And that they're trying to highlight, and they're celebrating, acting as if America's doing this to bring some sort of democracy and some sort of structure to Venezuela. Like, dummy, they're just trying to take your oil. Like, this has absolutely nothing to do. They're extorting you. You had a president that, I don't know all the corruption that Maduro did, but you had a president that wasn't going to allow America to extort them in the way that whoever now is going to be installed by America is going to allow your country to be extorted. Like there's a history of this. No, and I think Jeffrey Sachs, I have a video saved of him that we can review. He details that all these quote unquote regime change wars, you know who else said it? Tulsi Gabbard. You know, here Tulsi Gabbard is, she's the head of what, intelligence or something like that. I forget exactly what her role is, but now there's a video of her in 2020 where she's talking specifically about Venezuela and saying like, hey, the regime change just doesn't work. It destroys the country that you commit the regime change. It's just not a good thing. And then here we are, fast forward. I looked to see if she tweeted anything over the last couple of days, put out any sort of message opposing what has been happening. And of course, she's not going to do it. All of these people are just soldiers. Whether it's Kash Patel, Pete Hegseth said some similar things, whether it's Dan Bongino, Pam Bondi, Tulsi Gabbard, they are all just soldiers and pawns of Donald Trump. Yeah, there are no free thinkers. It is just, and going back to what I was referring to, like the Andrew Tate, they were showing old Nick Fuentes clips across the board. And these are the most demonic people, bro. They're sitting here saying, let me show you this Andrew Tate video.
Yeah, okay.
And I like Tate, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But you see these videos and it's like, bro, are you dumb? Like, what are you talking about? But hold on, let me play this video. I wasn't even gonna play this one because I thought it was just it's just a trash video. And apologize in advance for all the cursing. Hold on. You heard it in the background?
Nah.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I played. Hold on. I didn't realize it wasn't in there.
Fuck Venezuela. Take all their shit. I'm against these long, prolonged boots on the ground, let's launder trillions, thousands of death, bullshit wars, Afghanistan garbage. I'm against that. But I am for efficient imperialism. Send the Blackhawks, kidnap one guy, in and out, 45 minutes, get trillions. Bro, let's take all of it. Let's take Colombia. Let's take Mexico. Let's take all of Europe. Bro, I wish America would just invade Europe. Take Greenland. What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? What the fuck are Denmark gonna do? Nothing. Take their shit, bro. Take it. Why are we leaving South America to these fucking South Americans, these fucking Mexicans?
I don't even want to play the whole video, but this is, bro, this dude's a clown. This is clownish, bro. Clownish behavior. Mm-hmm. And you know, the worst part about it is I realized that the majority of people growing up, in my opinion, like we always talk about the people are sheep. There's a lot of people that feel like they were picked on or bullied or taken advantage of growing up. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, even though they know it's probably wrong to do, like let's say if you grew up getting bullied, you know that it's wrong to get bullied, but there's a part of you, I feel like, that wants to now bully somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I feel like there's a whole bunch of Americans that are cowardly at heart, but they'll hear a message like this, maybe from an Andrew Tate, or maybe they'll hear certain things that Nick Fuentes said in the past. Mm-hmm. And then they get behind this type of message because they had they were so soft. They were so insecure growing up that they now just want to get behind something and push this type of message. Like Andrew Tate claims he's Muslim. Nick Fuentes claims he's Christian. This violates like everything that happened over the weekend for all the Christians out here that are supporting this type of stuff. It violates how does this not violate your principles, your commandments, the Christ-like teachings? But it doesn't matter, bro.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. And this convo is not about religion or anything, but it's about, I want to focus on, there's going to be a whole lot of Americans. And this, perhaps, you know, it's like this stuff still surprises you. Even though if I was asked it on a test or asked a question, I would say like, hey, most people are like this, so I can process and understand that maybe they would respond like this. But just seeing this in real time, and just seeing people with this type of energy take their stuff, take this, take that. Like, and it's always the cowards that are pushing this. I saw Patrick Bet-David and his team laughing and joking about this type of stuff. As if I saw one of y'all and knew that I could dominate you physically and you were with your wife, should I beat the shit out of you and take your wife from you and do whatever I want with her?
On some Diddy shit.
Is that what I should do? Because I can, because hey, we got bigger guns. You get what I'm saying? It's this cowardly energy, these cheerleaders, bro. These people that cheer for this type of stuff, this emasculated energy, bro. This is not manly, bro. As a man, you're supposed to look out for the lesser. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see somebody weaker in the room, you don't just allow somebody to just pick on them and bully them. That's what we've always been taught. You know what I mean? You're supposed to step up and defend somebody who's weak and can't defend themselves. But look at how the energy transfers the older that we get. We start justifying and wanting to feed into our childlike insecurities and us feeling like we got taken advantage of and bullied as kids. So then we start embracing this type of messaging, bro. Yeah. Imagine the culture that this is setting for the rest of the world when you feel like just because I can be powerful over somebody, then I should be dominant over them and I can do whatever it is that I want and take all their stuff.
And then
you get what I'm saying? Like, it's just, bro, the last couple days, bro, it's been depressing, bro. I'm being honest. Looking at this type of situation and seeing how people respond, it's just depressing. And it's not depressing in a way because I think that my life is going to be significantly impacted by this. It's depressing because you realize that we are living in some of the most demonic times and there needs to be a reset. Whatever form that comes in, if I was God, I would press the reset button, bro, because we're bugging. We're bugging.
On some Diddy shit. Yeah, you know, and not to mention, you know, side note, he the main one that was getting his little ass dish ragged in the ring, but then want to have energy about Venezuela,
and that's why I actually think he's doing it, bro.
Because he's trying to get back in the algorithm.
He's trying to rebrand, like he took a big loss.
It was bad.
By a YouTuber.
Yeah, it would look bad, and he ain't even look good.
Out here talking all this top G alpha stuff. Like you were a world kickboxing champion and a YouTuber just beat you up.
Nah, it wasn't.
And now you feel like you got to reclaim the like this is bottom feeders. Like this is low hanging fruit that he's trying to appeal to. This is bottom feeding energy, bro.
Yeah, I know a lot of cats seen him and was like, "Oh nah, let me go ahead and step in the ring with his soft." Because that's what happened, and that's what it makes sense. It makes complete sense after he was in there. You know, getting tumbled like he was in a washing machine, and then come out and then wants to take the high road, like, oh, you know, and then now he back on that bullshit he was on. It's just like, my dog, you must have quickly forgot we seen you the other day. You no longer really can pop that like I'm that nigga type energy because we're not really going for that no more.
We're not buying that.
I'm not buying that no more. Like the worst thing you could have did was get on the internet and try to fight knowing you look that way. So it would have been best had you just kept popping the shit you was popping. Then at least we couldn't necessarily hold you accountable to what we saw. I can't unsee what I saw. I no longer look at Andrew Tate the same. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't. I just don't like everything he was off. Like, you know what I'm saying? I always be like, oh, nah, if you're gonna pop your shit on the internet, or you on the tube and you popping your shit, yo, like, be like that when cats roll up, or be ready to, like you say, cam up, or shit, we can meet up, whatever it's going to be. Like, bring the cameras out. Like, I'm willing to stand on business. After what I saw after his behavior, I can't believe we let him run this long and we never tested his chin. It's absolutely unacceptable how Andrew Tate has ran this long, made it seem like he was ducking the feds his whole life, made it seem like he was really about that action, and he went into that ring, and it looked like I ain't never seen him. He ain't never picked up a pair of gloves in his life. He looked absolutely ridiculous.
And I didn't even see it. I just saw like a couple little clips, him like grabbing at dude's ankles and stuff. Like
no, like I really be in here technique. Really on some, like, you know when the niggas start, like they start hitting you with the wrist, like he wasn't supposed to be in there, bro. He wasn't supposed to be in there. The other dude really wasn't supposed to be in there either. They really
that's what
but it's unacceptable for the shit he taught. Man, you better get in that ring like you Mayweather. Nah, that's not what I saw, bro.
Yeah, and then so later in this video, he makes the comment talking about like, yeah, we need to do it now while we still have enough white people in America. We need to be taking over all these different countries because they're the most competent. And it's like, bro, all this time you've been trying to play into your daddy being black, your dad is your biggest hero and all this other stuff. And now you're trying to play that. It's like, bro, we see the play. You can't, BK's never going to unsee what he saw. No. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, no, you're not going to get this back, bro. So, yeah. But this is the thing across the board. You look at this type of thing. It's not like political. It is illegal, obviously. You know what I'm saying? What Trump did, like, it's not. I don't understand like why like people. Yeah, maybe people just don't care. People don't care if it's really legal or not. This is just
remember,
a power
26,
play.
baby. It's 26.
Yeah,
we know they know. Everybody know in 2026. We officially this is the first year of everybody know now. Like 2026, that's my 2026. Like, shit. 2025, maybe nobody knew. 26, everybody knows what the fuck is right from wrong. Y'all niggas just don't choose right. Heard. He knew what it was wrong. That shit didn't make no sense the way they slid up in there, snatch Cuzzo. That ain't really our job. That's not our bag, bro. That's not. But okay. So now that I assume you do know better, then this looks really ridiculous. But you know, the shoe fits. Damn, and somebody gonna cook up and turn up. What's gonna happen? Somebody gonna really look at America and be like, you know what? Let's go snatch they shit.
I don't think so.
You don't think that ever gonna happen?
I don't think so. As much as never mind. I don't think so, bro. And this is the thing, America, like, let's be clear. Let's not be naive in this. We've been doing this. It's just now it's just so out there and blatant where, you know, you usually don't have the president like celebrating it like a highlight tape on Truth Social. You know what I'm saying? Like you just typically. So this has been happening. Yeah, America has been doing this. Like we make up whatever excuse we want to kill Gaddafi, to do the regime change here. Like this is what's so funny about it. I was talking to my mom yesterday about it. What's so crazy about this is that Trump. I should look up the numbers. But even by the numbers, if you look at the death and destruction that previous presidents caused in other regions, Trump's still not even close to it. I don't think Trump's even close to it. I would have to look up the numbers and everything like that. But this is just the first time that it's this blatant and outright, and we're seeing people respond to it with more information than we typically get. And we're seeing them respond to it in a way where it's like, yeah, so what? We bully people. It is what it is. And now people are actually standing on it, and like that being the only justification. Like we used to go out of our way, I feel like, to politicize it and say, well, this is because of this, or this is because it is that. Well, it's because of the weapons of mass destruction. Then you go in there and they're running like the opium fields or something like that in Afghanistan. I forget exactly where it is. So my apologies if I'm getting the places mixed up. But they always lied about it. Now it's just like, yeah, we're going to go in there, take their oil. You know, shit, it's basically our oil. You know what I mean? And we're just going to make a whole lot of money. They're going to make a little money, but yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now it's just out there in a different way. Mm-hmm. But this has always been what America, I mean, we've been doing this for the last, 50, 60, 70 years? Mm-hmm. Beyond that?
I feel like maybe one day somebody just going to spin.
I mean, 9/11.
That's what I'm saying. That's allegedly. What I mean by
and to be totally honest, that's one of those allegedly. Like the more I learned about 9/11, I'm sitting here thinking like, was that really like
what it was?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like go ahead.
No, I was gonna say either the people that's in America, they gonna run a play like that to make it seem like some new shit justified to go be turned, or somebody just gonna be on some fuck it, man. Like drop some shit over there, bro. I'm not giving a fuck what it looked like. I'm not concerned. how he gonna hit me back. Just go up to him and give your biggest punch. And that spin may look crazy. Something we didn't know somebody was willing to die on. We got a lot of cats who pop that shit, but I'm just saying, somebody just may be like, you know what? I ain't even worried about my people. I'm just wanting to go down in history as a spinner. I just want somebody, when I go, this is what it was against, going against Goliath. That's what the energy I think somebody gonna be on. Where they just like, yo, where that button at? Fuck it.
And once one presses it,
it's up.
Then everybody, yo, hey, hit your button. It don't matter. Just aim it somewhere. Just
no. You know what I'm saying? Or it could just be some shit where a couple cats is seeing how America may be moving. They trying to extort niggas, shit like that. A couple cats might put a call out, be like, look, I'm ready to spin. They may be like, shit, I ain't fucking with niggas either. I'm spinning too. Yeah. Bang, 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 cat sitting back. What we gonna do? They don't put some on your plate you can't necessarily handle. So that's what I'm saying. It can go there. Don't ever think you untouchable. Don't ever think the bully can't get got.
Yeah.
You can always get touched. You can always get touched. So what it looked like when you on your heels and Cuzzo said, oh, I'm spinning today. And you know what? Let me call my mans in Venezuela. Oh, he said he willing to drop some too. Let me call my cats in Korea. Oh, they said they ready to drop some too. Then what we doing? We looking real silly over here. And who gonna slide for us? Who gonna pull up? Who gonna be ready to spin when we put a call out? We ain't even got no allies like that. Who ready to spin? We be backing up everybody, but I don't really know if everybody pulling up if we get in some shit. Because I ain't never seen it. I ain't never seen somebody step up and be like, oh, no, we got y'all. So
go ahead.
No, so it's like it'll be interesting to see, like, all right, somebody try to take a at us, and they with that energy, that like super spin shit, like that shit that, well, they willing to lose everything just for you to just to make a fucking principle moment, just to go down in history, just to be that guy. I don't know what that looked like. Everybody ain't scared of dying. Everybody ain't scared of bombs. Everybody ain't. Some people don't really give a fuck about that. So they rather go down in history and spin just cause. So we'll see. But I wish that upon nobody, because that's never that ain't never it. And then we've continued. Now we have a continued. Okay, this back and forth shit just picks up again. Now we back in Afghanistan for the next 50 years again, or whatever that looks like. All it takes is another cat who ain't got his emotions under control to spin. And now whoever we got in office want to retaliate and show, nah, I stand on business. And then it's just like you said, it's just a bunch of little kids who just have like big controllers now who just don't know how to. Now nobody knows how to have a conversation. Now it's all about, oh, I'm ready to fight. No, you wasn't. You weren't a fighter in high school. You weren't a fighter in college. You don't have a record like that. You went to good schools. You got a good education. You got 2-parent households that really cared about you. You ate at Whole Foods. Why the fuck you acting like you just ready to go drop somebody?
Mm-hmm.
You don't come from this background, bro. You went to University of Penn. Why are you acting like this? You don't come from poverty. But you politicians act like somehow going to Fordham University, now you ready to just go drop bombs. And this is why I mean these people are playing into characters. They're playing into the Hollywood role.
It's the video games, bro. I mean, they see it as a video game. Video games give you a certain, like, I haven't really played video games in a while, but people that I talk to, they say it gives them like almost like an adrenaline rush. You know what I mean? And imagine the adrenaline rush when you're actually doing it in real life and you're okay. Like we just got to accept that the majority of people are just racist, bro. Like the majority of us are just racist. We care about our inner circle. Other than that, and I don't even know if race is the right description as far as word to be used, as far as we just don't care about other people. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like we just don't care about other people. We don't see it like that. We're not a godly, spiritual species. We're not. We're just animals, bro. We are just if we're now going back to the rules of the jungle, where it's like, why is the lion the king of the jungle? Because I can kill everybody. So that means I can take your stuff, your stuff. If we're going back to that, then at what point, if God was going to step in, at what point would this all go bad? Even if we don't look at it from a standpoint of God stepping in, we have to understand that the energy that we put out there is gonna, like, that's real. So if the more negative energy that gets compounded and compounded, eventually, like, bro, we're gonna have a reset, bro. And it's very selfish because it's gonna impact, it's gonna stop the next generations.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna stop the next generations. I always go back to my next door neighbor when we were younger, when we were talking about, like, what's the solution for humanity? And I said, well, what's the solution? Like, what's your solution? And he said, maybe, and this is the smartest, maybe the smartest person I've ever been around. And he said, perhaps God should just flood the planet and start with a new race. And I was so shook when he said it. Like, I was disturbed. Like, bro, what? Like, nah, like, that can't be that. The more that I see stuff going on and seeing how people react to it, we're going to bring that upon ourselves, bro. We are definitely going to bring that upon ourselves. I don't see it as any other option. Let's take a look at this Barbados. So I think the Barbados Prime Minister, and she's been known to come, like, direct at Israel. I think that's the last time that I heard her gave a speech. Like, or was it Israel? Maybe she was coming at Trump. I forget whether she was coming at Netanyahu or she was coming at Trump. But I've seen her speak before, and she's a very direct communicator. So I haven't seen this video, so we'll both be responding to it for the first time. So let's take a look.
No.
We are not naive, and we understand that where large powers contend, large powers very often will want to show testicular fortitude. And that testicular fortitude may have negative impact and implications for small countries such as ours. I wanted to say Happy New Year to each and every one of you, but the last 24 hours have proven to be exceedingly challenging. And it is important that we speak to the country to be able to ensure that on the multiple fronts that we have been affected in the last 24 hours, that we keep everyone up to date and to let people know that things are under control with respect to the consequences that we are now currently facing. It is fair to say that what we saw happen last night in Venezuela is uncharted territory. It is also fair to say that what we saw happen in Barbados last night must also become a thing of the past, and to that extent the law enforcement officers have also met with me, so that I am here for dual reasons today and not just one. But
all right, real quick, just to, what she started off with, you heard the part about the whole testicular fortitude. You on mute? My fault, Glad. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, give me your snapshot of what you hearing.
What I heard, like, so I just think that it's what we've already been talking about. Like, people, when you raise a society of men that perhaps is just so cowardly and that lacks testicular fortitude when they're growing up, going to school, all these different things, they're just a softer generation of men. I think it's easier for those men to then, when they get older, to want to show that type of force or to exhibit that type of behavior because they feel like this was something that they never were able to show in whatever way. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I got it. Yeah, based on, it seems like she's moving the conversation into a different direction. So I don't know if we need to review that one.
Okay.
But yeah, there was actually, I don't want to play that video. But Jeffrey Sachs, maybe we should watch that video of no. Let me just stick to the plan. I wanted to play that Patrick Bet David video. Oh, okay. The one, but I just want to. I don't know if I'm picking on them, but I just think that it's a good example of the temperature of our country and how people are feeling, thinking, and whatnot. But hold on, let's take a look at it. Let me make sure this is the right one. Yeah, this is it.
Timeline of Maduro's capture. Rob, if you have that clip Let's start off with the capture and how it was done of Maduro. Go for it, Rob.
At 10:46 p.m. Eastern Time last night, the president ordered the United States military to move forward with this mission. He said to us, and we appreciate it, Mr. President, good luck and Godspeed. And those words were transmitted to the entire joint force. Over the course of the night, aircraft began launching from 20 different bases on land and sea across the Western Hemisphere. In total, more than 150 aircraft, bombers, fighters, intelligence, reconnaissance, surveillance, rotary wing were in the air last night. Thousands and thousands of hours of experience were airborne. Our youngest crew member was 20, and our oldest crew member was 49.
Wow.
And there's simply no match for American military might. As the night began, the helicopters took off with the extraction force, which included law enforcement officers, and began their flight into Venezuela at 100 feet above the water. As they approached Venezuelan shores, the United States began layering different effects provided by Spacecom, Cybercom, and other members of the interagency to create a pathway. Overhead, those forces were protected by aircraft from the United States Marines, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, and the Air National Guard. The force included F-22.
Yo, Trump about to fall asleep back there, bro.
It was at his neck about that.
F-35s, F-18s, EA-18s, E-2s, B-1 bombers, and other support aircraft, as well as numerous...
Let me fast forward because I want to get more of their response to it.
And then 201 helicopters of Delta Force reached Maduro's fortified compound, forced face fire. One helicopter hit, but flyable, responded with overwhelming forces. Maduro and wife Celia Flores seized Maduro reportedly, tried fleeing to a safe room, but failed. No U.S. fatalities. Minor injuries reported. Extraction completed. 4:20 local time. Maduro couple flown out abroad, helicopter to USS Iwo Jima, then to New York for charges, narco-terrorism. And by the way, if you can show the picture of him getting what he looked like with the his eyes, they had to shut his eyes so he couldn't see where he was going. Look at that right there. That's what he looked like. Drinking water, having his workout suit. Can you imagine middle of the night? And by the way, there's a bunch of different reports. Again, shout out majorly to Delta Force. When you see the amazing work they do and how low-key it was, going in, back door. By the way, do you know they've been working on this project since August? They've been working on this since August.
Rehearsing
CIA.
and everything, right?
Since August, they've been gathering intel to know exactly how to do this, and it was officially done. Tom, I'll come to you first. What was your reaction when you saw this? The markets reacted in a very different way. Some people are saying, I cannot believe you're doing this to Venezuela. We are being involved. We shouldn't be doing this. Rachel Maddow, what are we doing? Why are we now running? And Trump himself, by the way, if you got the clip of Trump, is this the one where he says, come for me, you coward? Rob, is this the one?
Yeah,
go ahead and play this clip. So he's instigating.
That's my favorite.
Go ahead, Rob.
This is my favorite.
Aquí lo esperan Miraflores. No se tarde en llegar, cobarde.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your
Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it? Don't you just love it?
If we're going to be honest,
Pause it.
if
Go
we're
ahead,
going to be
Vinny.
honest, Tom, I'm going to give it to you.
Bro,
Corny.
Patrick Bet-David frustrates me, bro. Like he gives that energy where it's like I was in the military, I'm a tall guy, like I'm rich, I'm like he gives that untouchable energy, bro. Like I don't like the energy that he gives off, but my fault. I didn't mean to stop it for that, but what you think about Trump posting that? I mean, it's just corny to me.
Yeah, it's just corny. It's a video game to them.
Like, it's a video game.
It's a video game, bro. People's lives are video games. People are nothing but chess pieces on the board. And the quicker we realize that, then history makes a lot more sense when you realize that something that we value and appreciate with such high regard, which is human life. So not everybody doesn't do that. I don't know how that is taught to people. I don't know how that is reinforced, but it's clear as day there's a niche for it, and it's in American governments and American politics, where human life is just not accounted for. It's not necessarily the most important thing to people, and then they do stuff like this, rally behind it, think it's dope, think it's hype. Like, it's just cornball energy. None of y'all niggas is ready to go. Like, it's just, that's what I'm saying. Like, when you have to sit back from the crib and then send a bunch of cats to go, when you're 50 and you're sending a 20-year-old to go handle your shit, the shit you was talking. Yeah, all right.
It's just gang energy, bro.
Mhm.
It's gang energy. And it's funny, the video that I was getting ready to show, have you seen those Nicholas Irving videos on Vlad TV? I'll show you a picture of what he looks like real quick. He's the sniper.
Yes.
Have you ever seen this dude?
Yes. I watched
right.
his whole thing.
All right, so you watch this.
Uh-huh.
He's talking about Blueface in this video. And he's talking about how Blueface, like, he's a gangbanger, like all this other stuff. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, yo, I wonder if he looks at him being in the US military the same way. Like, you take orders from your big homie, somebody that's sending you on a dummy mission. You don't know what it's about. They're telling you it's about one thing. They're not, the same way that we get caught up in causing all this death and destruction around the world is the same way that a lot of young kids like a Blueface get caught up in these gangs. But he's looking at Blueface as if Blueface is a more destructive person than him, when he's sitting there, the sniper, sniping people in different countries because the president in the United States is trying to extort and bully another nation. Yeah. But you just see all this stuff across the board. It just bothers me, bro. And maybe it's the military energy of a lot of these people that just bother me. But overall, like, I just wish more military people came out and said, like, bro, these were cowardly things that I was doing. Cowardly things that I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't see them doing that one. See,
they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. You're a fake tough guy, bro. Like, all this fake tough guy energy, bro. And I'm not talking about Nicholas Irving. I'm talking about the energy that we see with a lot of just these military people in general, or like even like Vinny. Like, Vinny, you were in the military. How do you not like I would expect, I've never taken a life, so I don't know what it's like, but I would expect like once you do something like that, if you are as religious as you say you are, like a Vinny, Patrick Bet-David, then that would weigh heavy on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't just be looking at it like as if it's a joke or just another tally. You know what I'm saying? Like, or another kill in your video game of GoldenEye, whatever it is.
You remember that game?
Yo, I used to love that game. And I just...
Yeah, I mean, until people start realizing there's no room for religion in war, then they'll realize why that it's really hard to put that where we want it to go, because apparently it's not allowed in every room.
Say it again.
So in the sense, like, it's like, until people start realizing, like, there's a complicated discussion between how in war, which seems to be one of our highest forms of communication when it comes to the world, but in the room of war, where does religion lay? Where do the commandments lay? Like, when is it okay? Thou shalt not kill. When do we implement religion? Is it everything under what we feel like is our opinion, and then we apply the religion, or do we just see these things and just be like, let it slide? I just don't know. I just don't know how I say. I just don't know how you go put on the fit and be like, oh yeah, I believe in this, but let me go lay a couple bodies down because they're not aligned with what we think or what we believe or what my president's saying.
Well,
like, where are you going?
I think that's a good example of how something can start off as whatever, and culture ultimately dictates what it becomes. Because the same way that Patrick Bet-David, Vinny right here, or other people that may be in the military who may be religious, and they look at, like, I don't know how they look at it, but I would assume that they're looking at it the same way that people were looking at it when they were embracing manifest destiny, when they were going by the doctrine of discovery, which was saying, hey, you can do whatever it is that you want to people that are not Christian. You can go take their land, rape their women, pillage them. You can do all these things. This is exactly what we're doing now. We're just doing it in a more civil way. You know what I mean? So it's the same energy, like the very same people that are saying that they're religious or saying that they're God, like, and it depends on the religion to answer your question. This is why I don't understand the whole Judeo-Christian thing. It makes zero sense to me. Like the Old Testament is completely different. I thought Jesus was supposed to bring the new covenant. So to answer your question, where is religion when it comes to war? They're not in the same room. This is why I don't think that people are serious when it comes to religion, because we have these things called war crimes. And I say it, I've said this countless times, bro. The crime is the war. Like you're not gonna police two people, or it's like war crimes. That's like telling two lions in the jungle fighting each other, hey, these are the rules. Nobody
Keep it G.
Yeah, like until you actually identify war as being the actual crime, then we're never going to, like, you can't make sense of this. But our culture has taught us that it's okay to have war and to also be Christian and to also be whatever else people are, to also be Jewish. It's okay to have war. Now with Jewish people, I just call a spade a spade. Based on their Torah, the Old Testament, they can find scripture that shows death being that God telling people to go commit evil, to go kill these people. But when it comes to Christians, I don't understand how Christians can abide by that. Look at your book. Like, isn't that the whole point of Jesus coming here? Because Jesus was saying that old way is no longer the way. I'm now the way. So if we're following Jesus, how are we ever okay with war, period, bro?
Yahweh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't align, bro. We're trying to make sense of something that doesn't make any sense, bro. It would be like describing, like, war crimes are like, it would be like if you were talking to a group of women, and it doesn't really have to be talking to a group of women, but if they created a law that said, okay, you're allowed to grape somebody, but you have to do it this way. That's what a war crime is. It's like, okay, you're allowed, you know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, you're allowed to grape somebody, but these are the rules behind it. Right. It's like you're still graping them.
It's like when you get in a fight at school, it's like just because it was justified for you to fight the other person for whatever reasons, you guys are both getting in trouble. Like, that would be the proper way to handle, like, war crimes.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, just because
you just can't. Yeah, the rules are no fighting.
Rules. You just can't fight. Like, even if it's justified, you're just not allowed to do it. I remember I got arrested for that. I got in a fight with the guy, and he got in my face, and he kind of popped his shit, and I just popped my shit back, and the cop came and arrested both of us. He was like, yeah, at the end of the day, y'all just can't, you just not, so like, just not allowed to fight, period. So I'm going to have to arrest both of y'all, and you guys can decide in the court of law, if you guys want to press charges. But here personally, we just don't allow fighting is also, I've got to take you both in. Yeah, that's how it should be, per se. That's how we've been taught. That's how we're trained. But then when we get up to here, it's like, but not in this shit, bro. Do what you do. You're allowed to respond. You're allowed to do this, et cetera, et cetera. So, yeah, it's a very inconsistent, sticky situation that people want to turn a blind eye to as if they don't know. But in 2026, all y'all motherfuckers know. Y'all just choosing not to. And that's a different conversation.
I agree, bro. I agree. Yeah. Let's keep playing the video a little bit. I really am just playing this video, and then we'll get to this. I want to show you the Tulsi Gabbard video as well and get your thoughts, but just to show how people react to this. Like, we're reacting to this as if it's the Super Bowl, as if it's a game that was played over the weekend, the college playoffs. That's how we're reacting to this situation where a lot of innocent people's lives were impacted by it. But let's keep
He
going.
And had that-
requested the president.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, and had that plane got shot down, what would everybody's energy be then today? Because they said the plane got hit, it was just able to continue to fly, which lets me know, oh, these cats ain't just open the door and let them come grab this guy that y'all claim that y'all are saying is being held accountable for shit he was doing and had his foot on Venezuela's neck and nobody really wanted him there. Bro, they didn't open the door. It's not like y'all hit him on a text and it was like, bet he over here. Y'all just come here around like 2:00. We'll have the door open and we gonna be in the back. Y'all just come through the front, do what y'all do, and then we gonna act like we ain't know. That's not what happened. There was a little bit of a scuffle to let you know, oh, hold on. Now y'all giving this story that there was issues and there's problems, but how come the boys over there ain't just let shit slide like that? How come it's been this difficult? How come you had to show up at night? Like so many different things. It's like y'all making it seem as if they had a problem with you coming. They should, based the way y'all describing it, they should have had a problem with y'all coming over there. Y'all should have been able to call and text me like, yo, y'all can come grab this guy. That wasn't the energy. Y'all had to come at night. Y'all had to bomb shit. Hella bombs. I mean, I'm confused as to what the fuck is the bomb for? Just slide.
No, I think they bombed the grids or their electric. You know, that's when they. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I think that's what happened to because we watched a couple videos of the people responding. I think we showed it yesterday where they were saying that there's no electricity.
Okay, good connection.
So I think I have no idea whether that's true.
Okay.
Trump
and
continues.
That lady was in the hospital.
Go ahead.
I was saying that lady was in the hospital, and they said there was one casualty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, nigga, y'all did not do y'all's job.
But BK, it's only one person that died. It's worth it. It's America. Like, it's not like it was an American. It's not like it was an Israeli life. It was according to Andrew Tate, it was just a Mexican from Venezuela. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's how we look at it.
That was an older lady, like, ain't got nothing to do with the drama.
Bro, men, we don't care about older women unless they American, right? Like,
damn, bro.
All the feminists don't care. They like nobody cares. It's just nobody cares, bro.
Yeah, they know they don't care.
They know, but they don't care.
Yeah, okay.
All right, let's keep going.
Honest. If we're going to be honest, Tom, I'm going to give it to you. He requested the president to come get him. If he didn't do it, the left would complain at him. They'd be like, well, how dare you ignore a minority? You asked for it, come get it, you got it. Period.
Yeah, Tom, go for it.
The first thing that, you know me, I break down everybody's words very carefully. And so I was listening to the general there, and he said we began layering in effects and we began disabling and dismantling the anti-aircraft systems. Supposedly Venezuela, and I dove into this a little bit, but supposedly Venezuela has the China anti-stealth technology. Well, apparently it didn't work. The layering effects they're talking about were electronic countermeasures and potentially cyber to create, as they said, the corridor for rotary wing. When you hear them say rotary wing, that's helicopters. And then disabling is cyber or other electronic means. Dismantling is, noise, where you saw the bombs and everything that were hitting any aircraft targets and hitting also their radar installations. And so this was, the layered effects was just tremendous. The more I read about this, and the more you sat back, is that the mainstream media has got a defense analyst out there. I know CNBC has one, but they didn't talk about it. I am reading secondary, tertiary sources like Jane's on armament and everything to say just how amazing it was to go in there, shut everything down. They call it closing their eyes. They say, okay, close their eyes. And that's radar and everything. So that was number one that kind of was very inspiring to me, the way Delta Force did it so well, and the technology that was underneath there that creates this overwhelming multi-layer effect where we basically go in and out. And what was really good that was preserved was the people that Maduro doesn't care about, his own citizens. His own citizens could have been in the middle of a firefight, could have been secondary casualties,
but they weren't. They got in, they got their target, got out. The other thing I found very interesting is I went to the political side.
He doesn't care about his citizens, and I want to highlight this because Steve has actually brought this up a few times. I don't know if he's brought it up right now, but I'm recalling a few episodes earlier. The Smith-Mund Act. So for anybody that's not familiar with the Smith-Mund Act, I suggest that you look at the first one and then look at, I think it was updated when Barack Obama was in office. And the Smith-Mund Act, if I'm understanding it correctly, it pretty much gives a green light for America to spread propaganda, like for our American government to spread propaganda throughout the rest of the world. Now, it used to be throughout the rest of the world, but then when Barack, I think, updated it, it pretty much gave the green light for now propaganda to be pushed to Americans. Like, hold on, are you not familiar with this?
Run that back, Glenn. Run that
Hold
back.
on, no. He didn't talk about that. Hold on. Let me
Run this back.
You're not familiar with the Smith and hold on. What does this Act have to
Why
do?
be tuned in?
If anybody's familiar with the Smith and Mund Act, please elaborate. I'm looking on ChatGPT right now, and I obviously wasn't expecting to talk about this, but I looked it up and have more specifics, but I just recall it and everything that they're saying as far as what's being presented or how they're speaking about it, or he doesn't care about his citizens. Maduro doesn't care about his citizens. Imagine what other people, when they hear people complaining about Trump, when they hear people complaining about Biden, when they heard Kanye West say George Bush doesn't care about black people, like, oh, George Bush doesn't care about some of his citizens. We should go in there and just kidnap George Bush. It's like, yeah, so hold on, the Smith and Mund Act. All right, so the Smith and Mund Act is directly tied to propaganda because it was created to regulate it, specifically to prevent U.S. government propaganda from being used on the American public. So it was supposed to, I guess, prevent U.S. propaganda from being used on the American public. Then there was an update. What changed? This is where propaganda concerns came in. In 2012 to 2013, changes. The Congress amended the law to allow the U.S. government produced information to be made available domestically upon request. So it removed the absolute firewall between foreign and domestic audience. The important nuance: it did not explicitly authorize domestic propaganda, but it removed the prohibition that prevented it. So it's like pretty much now this propaganda is allowed in ways that it was, I guess, firewalled before. So it doesn't say that it allows propaganda, but it removed what was prohibiting it, or removed what was preventing it. I'm not sure if I'm explaining it correctly.
If somebody wanna pop it off, it can be popped.
Right. So pretty much we're receiving a whole bunch of propaganda. So when we hear a lot about what's going on in these other countries and whatnot, to me, I always keep that in the back of my mind, because what shapes our perspective on Venezuela? I have absolutely no idea about Maduro, about Venezuela. I just go based off of what people tell me. They say, oh, he cheated in an election. So immediately in my mind, I'm like, well, damn, we had a whole thing here about, Trump cheating. Before it was that Bush cheat or Biden cheating. Trump was making a big deal. Before that, it was the Al Gore with Bush cheating. Like, we've had those instances nonstop when it comes to our presidential election. So what makes it that much worse when their country has those issues compared to us? And I just always think about how we're being propagandized to see a lot of these countries, look at what's happened in Nigeria. The Nigerian government and leadership is coming out saying this is not a religious battle. This is not a religious battle. And Donald Trump is making it seem as if, oh, they're killing Christians in Nigeria. But then when you actually do the research, you find out, wait, they actually killed more Muslims, a lot more Muslims than Christians this last year or in 2025. So it's like, you just wonder how you're getting this information, what's real, what you can believe. And the majority of it, in my opinion, is propaganda designed to just justify Americans being okay, or to make us feel a little bit more comfortable with the evil things that the government is doing around the world.
So really, the Venezuela guy is cool.
I have no idea, bro.
So
I know
all
that he
this
was
we
willing,
heard
I know
to
that he was willing to call out Israel and call out Zionists. I know that he's been willing to call out. I'll show you another video. There's a reason why he was locked up. Like there's a reason.
Yeah, I want to know now. Now I'm interested.
Hold on. Look at this video. I actually reviewed this one yesterday. So this was on him calling out America with a lot of the drug cartels. I don't know if this stuff is true, so that's why I wasn't even going to put it on here. But I guess we should review it. Hold on. Let me y'all tell me what y'all thoughts are. But I'm not saying whether what he's saying is true, but this is the reason why, in my opinion, they came after him.
Mm-hmm.
Reasons. Let's take a look.
El 85%.
So it says 85% of the billions from international drug trafficking each year
narcotráfico internacional anual están en los bancos de Estados Unidos.
banks in the United States.
Ahí está el cartel.
That's what the cartel is. Let them investigate and uncover it. Money laundering.
El lavado de dinero. Mira, yo estaba
Look, I was reviewing the data
yo estaba viendo
the
los
vice
datos
president
que dio la
shared.
vicepresidenta. Y
And I
creo que
believe
son
it's
más de
over
500
$500 billion
millones de dólares
annually.
anuales que están en la
That's in the
banca de
U.S.
Estados
banking
Unidos,
system
en
and
los
legal
bancos
banks.
legales. Si
If
ellos
they want to
quisieran
investigate a
investigar un
cartel, let them
investiguen el
investigate the
norte.
cartel up
Porque
north
allá es que
because
desde
it's from the
Estados
United
Unidos que
States
se
that all
dirige
drug
todo el
trafficking
narcotráfico
is directed
de
from South
Sudamérica
America and from the
y
rest of
del
the world.
mundo, porque también
They also
dirigen
control the
narcotráfico
opium trade
del
and so
opio.
on. So when he said opium, that's what made me think like, hold up. This may be legit because wasn't that the whole situation in Iraq? Hold on. Wasn't the situation in Iraq over? Hold on. Was the war in Iraq? What role did opium play in the war in Iraq? I think it was Iraq. Let me double check. Hold on. Afghanistan. It was Afghanistan. Hold on. What role did opium play in Afghanistan?
They say, so I'm seeing in the comments he's not a good guy. I'm seeing
and hold on. So what? Is Trump a good guy? Was Biden a good guy? Is Barack a good guy? So what? He's not a good guy. That's not, and let me ask the follow-up question. How do you know? He may not be a good guy.
Yeah, if all the information's coming off of these tubes, I don't know now.
How do you know? So and it's funny how all the not good guys just happen to be like Gaddafi, not a good. They paint all these people as not good guys, and they all seem to have a few things in common. They're either willing to call out Zionism and Israel. They're not willing to. They're not backing down from America just coming in and extorting them. So it's funny how all of these not good guys seem to also just happen to not be okay with being extorted by America. And they also are calling out a lot of the evil that Israel is doing throughout that region. So it seems like, I don't know, I guess America's just, we just have all the good guys and everybody else is just all the bad guys.
Yeah.
But just the opium role in Afghanistan. Afghanistan became the world's dominant opium producer. Opium played a major role in Afghanistan economically, politically, and strategically, but it was not the official reason for the war. It became a key factor in how the war unfolded and why it proved so difficult to end. Hold on. It was the largest cash crop in the country, worth billions of dollars annually, a lifeline for farmers in areas with no, hold on. So this says something about the Taliban, U.S. and NATO policy. So the U.S. and allies never fully committed to eliminating opium. They avoided cracking down hard on opium-linked warlords because they were allies against the Taliban, and eradication would destabilize rural areas. Hold on. Weren't we? This is going to be crazy because I heard this. I have no idea if it's true that there were American soldiers protecting like a lot of the opium fields. Or American soldiers protecting opium fields. Let's see what ChatGPT. No, it says no, U.S. soldiers were not officially deployed to protect opium fields, but in practice, U.S. and NATO forces often ended up indirectly protecting the opium economy. So when you hear Maduro talking about the opium, all these, like, why are we even surprised? Look at Big Pharma. What do we think Big Pharma is?
And that's where I was gonna go, because everybody,
like nobody's surprised by this.
yeah, that's where I was gonna go with that. Look at Big Pharma, and you want to tell me about a drug dealer? You want to tell me about a drug dealer? You got to tell me.
Oh, Steve. I wasn't looking at the chat. Steve had already said it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's keep going with this one. Hold on.
etcétera, etcétera. Es en los
It's
Estados
in the
Unidos que
United
están las
States where the
mafias, que
mafias
están los
are, where the
verdaderos
real
carteles.
cartels are. Oh, that was it.
El 80
Man.
Yeah, so we don't really know. Like, can't
We
really
don't
trust.
know. That's the thing. We just don't know.
Can't trust it, bruh. Can't trust it. Can't fully just be like, yeah. Oh, yeah, look at Steve. Steve says, I've got brothers. I have pictures of my brothers sitting in the fields in Afghanistan. So it ain't no cap. It ain't no cap. It ain't no cap. That's it. So
Am I gonna have to move out of America, man?
If they grabbing him like that with that type of energy, then like you said, it's always gonna be more than what meets the eye. They're gonna give us the propaganda and tell us it's justified. But if we really start digging, him being a quote unquote drug dealer ain't the reason he getting picked up. It's always got to be deeper than that. It's got to be what he's saying. What's crazy, the drugs aren't as dangerous as him speaking.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
him rallying up people, the mindset, him creating that mindset.
Him with the arm up like that, they don't like that. The drugs, they like, man, we've been fighting drug wars forever, man. We ain't got no problem with that.
As long as they can make money. Look at what Mexico's ramp. Trump just came out the other day and said that Mexico, he's cool with the president down there, but every time he asked the president, like, hey, do you want me to destroy the cartels or go at war with the cartels? The president down there says no, and Trump says, yeah, she's controlled by the cartels. So why don't you bring that energy down there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That, you know, that's what's going on. They getting a cut 10, 15%, 20% to turn your head the other direction when the boat come in. That's what's going on, man. I know there's a kickback. What you think? This shit is new?
There's gotta be. There's always been. Why would there? Yeah.
In the movies, there's a kickback. Which this shit ain't new. There's always been a kickback. And they not even doing it at scale on some El Chapo type of energy. El Chapo doesn't get this big, guys, unless somebody's taking a cut.
Somebody wrote Freeway Ricky Ross. That's what he called out.
Yeah. Building Miami up.
Wasn't the government providing like drugs for him or something like that?
Something like that. Like, yeah, he was protected in the government. As long as that shit was on, as long as that check was deposited on the 1st and the 15th, you good. As soon as shit gets sticky or you fall out of line, oh yeah, we gonna run this play. We know this. Drug dealers aren't bad people to America. They're just bad when they get too big.
Yeah, they bad when they get too powerful, too much money. That's why money laundering.
And if they're not paying enough,
If they're not being extorted enough, that's
tax
what
evasion. That's what they get them all for.
It's always like that, bro. So drug dealers ain't never been a problem, bro. You can go sell whatever you want to sell. They not gonna trip. It's when you start pulling up with the fur coat out on the side at the boxing event, and they don't know who the fuck you are. And the chief of police was asking, who the fuck is that guy with a seat in the seat closer to the ring than me? And I don't know who he is. That's when they get shut down. Drug dealers aren't a problem to America. They make money off of it. It's free. It's entrepreneurship.
I guess no crime when you look at it. It's only a problem when you're not willing to abide by the things that they're telling you to do in order to excuse you getting in trouble for that crime.
Mm-hmm. If you can leave a blank check, or you can make sure a little something is at somebody's doorstep, bro, you can get off on anything, bro. Any charge, it doesn't matter. You can go as big as you want, bro. The big time, bro. You don't become this big in these spaces if somebody ain't getting a little kickback to keep their mouth shut. You know the game. You come in the back door of the club. What is it? Ghost come in the back door of the club, dap his mans.
Come on, y'all seen Power. Don't act funny. Ghost come through the back. He living in the penthouse. They didn't have a problem with Ghost when he was running all that money. It's when he tried to get out the game is when they came and got him. They let him go all the way up, bro. They gonna let you run all the financial crimes. Soon as you start touching a little too much, hold on. What's up with that one right there? Let's go talk to him. Oh, he not ready to budge? Yeah, run that. Tell him I need some paperwork. Yeah, look at that. Nicky Barnes. Yeah, Frank Lucas. Freeway.
Frank Lucas was the one that you were talking about.
I'm like, bro, the list goes on. So don't let just that alone, even them just saying this was some drug dealer shit already got me thinking, hold on, that's not a problem. Selling the drugs and moving them across the ships ain't the problem. It's something deeper than that. Because moving drugs doesn't get you arrested. A lot of these economies in these countries, nigga, they depend on that drugs moving. A good percentage of it. I mean, look at the military in Mexico, bro. They look like they're the Mexican military. They look like they are a part of protecting Mexico.
The cartel.
The cartel. Yo, I've seen videos where people making the wrong turn, and I'm like, they got tanks. They got 47s. They got these niggas lined up. I'm like, oh shit, that's not the military. They was like, no, that's the drug cartel. I was like, oh no, you don't get that big unless you paying somebody to be that big.
Mm-hmm.
You can't. They would have bombed them shit, bro. Same thing in Haiti. All those drug dealers and all the gang people and stuff like that. Bro, you do what you want as long as you can pay. Yeah. Who gonna stop you?
Yeah.
Even if they do it in America.
Yeah, I'm about to say, even in America. Even in America. Like, think about it, bro. You can damn, like even in America, and it's always been that.
It's always been that.
It's always been that. You can afford to pay to get out of something, you good. And I'm convinced that, if it wasn't for Big Pharma, like drugs probably wouldn't even be as big of a deal, like as far as the war on drugs. The war on drugs in America, they trying to eliminate the competition. That's Big Pharma stepping in and saying, nah, this is our block.
I mean, you see, weed was getting people 20 and 30-year sentences.
Yeah, now it's just now that the government can make some money off of it. Nah, it's cool.
Now it's cool. All those people locked up. All those people locked up for moving pounds and weeds and stuff like that. It's because y'all wouldn't pay no money on that. Where was our cut?
Mm-hmm.
We put y'all away. What was the stat? They said what was the stat? They was like, you will get more time for selling weed than you will get from for molestation.
Damn.
America is showing you their hand. What's important to them? For trafficking children, you will get less time than moving weight. They're showing us where the problem is. They don't want to stop certain issues. Don't tell me we have a problem of sex trafficking or child abduction. That's not a problem. Y'all over here grabbing cat out of Venezuela. Why don't y'all go grab these pedophiles who's stealing kids and moving and touching children? Why don't y'all get some of them preachers and pastors out of these churches? Why don't y'all go grab them? Why is that not a war crime? Why is that not a human crime? Why don't we not prioritize these certain things? Why don't we prioritize the FDA approving certain chemicals as long as it's under a certain amount to be in our food? Why does JFK have to come into the scene and say, hey, man, we might want to pull these forever chemicals out of food or these forever dyes out of food? Why is somebody having to tell y'all to be humane towards the human people? You think I give a fuck about Venezuela moving weight? Go off. I'm wondering why I got to dodge bullets in my grocery store. I'm wondering why I got to dodge bullet when you're reporting to work and you look up and you 50 and you don't have your health. You're not grounded. You're not having time to make food, spend time with your family. You don't have time to go outside and see the sun. I'm wondering why they stealing 40% of your check. Why would I care about Venezuela? That's the least of my concern. I'm worried about these drug dealers. I'm worried about these people extorting me. I'm not worried about Venezuela. But nah, heaven forbid we ask for that. For our children to not get shots they don't need, to be in schools that actually care about education, to get proper nutrition in our elementary schools and middle schools and high schools, for them to spend more time outside learning about the environment, to learn how to balance a checkbook, to learn their finances, to learn basic accounting, to understanding nutrition and understanding how to cook for themselves. Heaven forbid we do what China does with certain things in certain aspects, not all aspects. Heaven forbid we prioritize truly making the American people not be a product that each one of them get a social security number just so we can make sure that taxes are coming in.
Yeah.
Heaven forbid that. So don't get me jumping up and down and think I give two shits about us going to grab somebody because we think he bad. If he can be arrested, then we can go right up to D.C. with a couple paddy wagons and lock up a couple clown-ass motherfuckers that we can put in the back of a truck, if that's the case.
Yeah,
and don't be out here cherry picking.
Let me show this video of Tulsi Gabbard, man. It's going, I don't know if this is going to frustrate you even more, but this is Tulsi Gabbard in 2020. So this is when she was on her presidential bid.
Another country and topples a dictator or topples a government, the outcome has been disastrous for the people in these countries. That's why we should use our leadership in the world to try to broker a diplomatic solution, working with countries like Russia that have great influence over Venezuela so that there is a peaceful outcome. Because I can tell you as a soldier, Martha, I've seen firsthand the high cost of war, and pushing for this civil war, pushing for the use of military force will only end up with more suffering and death and disaster for the Venezuelan people. We look throughout.
What a difference a new job makes. What a difference a new job makes, bro. Our director of national intelligence.
Somebody said war all over again.
And even like, it's like whether or not we'll go to war, you know, whether or not this will be something like, yo, I just don't want to keep spreading this negative energy out to the world, bro. This is going to come back to us in one way or another. It has to. It has to. Man.
See, Steve said it's not about the truth, it's what you can
it's not about what you need, it's what you can prove, Jake.
And then from training day. That's exactly training day. That's another good example. Like, you can move however you want to move, you can do what you want to do, you can pin it however you want to pin it, as long as you're making sure that kickback come around. And as soon as you act up, Denzel gonna pull up and say, all right, King Kong ain't got shit on me. You see what it took to get Denzel the hell out of that movie. Like, it was damn near impossible. They had to kill Denzel to get him out of there. When in American Gangster, that cop shot that dude that didn't even have nothing on him.
Yeah.
They had to cover that shit up, bro. Ain't nobody policing the people that's supposed to be policing. Ain't nobody keeping everybody accountable. I don't know how we've done let these spaces get so corrupted and so agenda focused. It's like, I don't really know how you straighten these motherfuckers up, man. These systems are the issue. I ain't even gonna say it's the people as much as I say these systems have to be torn down.
What systems you saying, like political?
Yeah, like the way the structures and the hierarchies are set up. It's just like, bro, it doesn't matter who's the face of whatever. These systems are what needs to be torn down, because people are just playing into the role. They're acting in that position. And until they have no longer a need for that individual, they always find they get their ass up out of there.
I think the only way that I could see the system being torn down, and probably even this is a stretch. Definitely. I mean, anything's going to be considered a stretch, but even with the Venezuelan situation, a lot of these other situations, like, have we heard from the Pope? Like, have we heard from, like, I'm being for real, because who else is going to have a significant voice? Like, if another country's leader says something, it doesn't matter because our country's bigger. Like, we have more guns. And the only country that I guess could say something that, you know, from a standpoint where it's like, it may wake us up a bit is China, and they're an op. They're, you know what I mean? They're an enemy of us. So we're going to listen to our enemy. They said now it's time to change, so now we're going to change.
So you said the Pope?
I'm just wondering. I'm like, who? Like, across the board. If that's the only way that I can see things really changing to where, let's just look at America. What could make Americans wake up? Like, what else could make Americans wake up and not be okay with death and destruction that we're contributing to around the world? Who else would have a significant voice? Jay-Z? Like, who's going to have a significant voice, bro, to really make people change when it comes to this? Who is the Pope? Hold on. I want to ask. Now I got to ask ChatGPT. It's like
Joe Budden.
I think when a lot of people hear us even talking about religion, they're like, "Oh, you talking about religion?" We're desperate. There's nowhere else to turn to.
Joe Budden.
There's nowhere else to turn to. We're talking about, BK's talking about applying pressure on this and that. Who's going to apply pressure on Trump? Like, what you mean apply pressure? Who does he even respect enough? Who even has a strong enough voice for Trump to even take them seriously?
Hove.
Come on, bro.
Big Sean. They grab one.
Tell you what, the only person that could have probably done it.
They grab when it's time to vote,
and that would never do it, and would never be the right person to say it. Is like an Epstein. You got to have something on everybody. You got to really have something on everybody. If you don't have something on all these people, bro, like what?
They gonna lock their ass up.
Hold on, I want to see who the Diddy, man. Diddy coming out with a vengeance, bro. Hold on. Who is the Pope?
Yeah, what y'all think, man? Put it in the chat. Who y'all think
said anything?
Taylor Swift? Maybe Taylor. Tom Brady.
Let's see. So I wrote, who is the Pope? And has he said anything about Israel, Palestine, Venezuela, or recent deaths around the world? So the current Pope is Pope Leo XIV. Y'all figure that out. I ain't doing the math on that. Elected in May 2025 after the death of Pope Francis earlier that year. The Pope is a leader. What has he said about? Pope Leo has continued a peace-focused stance similar to Pope Francis. He has called for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and urged the release of hostages and humanitarian aid access. I'm laughing because, like, clearly it don't make a difference. He has appealed for Israel to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza and to end the hostilities that are causing widespread suffering. He has emphasized concern for civilians, especially Palestinians. The Vatican historically supports a two-state solution and the dignity of all people caught in the conflict, both Jews and Palestinians. As the Pope, so the Pope spoke about Venezuela. Yes, in early January 26, Pope Leo publicly said that Venezuela should remain an independent sovereign country and emphasized the need to uphold human rights, the rule of law, and respect for Venezuelan people's welfare after U.S. actions against Nicolas Maduro. It's not enough.
It's the 14th, she said. Yeah, they're not listening to him.
It's not enough. No, he's not saying enough.
Oh,
he's not condemning enough. This is not how you condemn the devil.
He's not telling them they're going to hell.
He's not saying, you're not. Venezuela should remain an independent, sovereign country. That's easy. Donald Trump and Marco Rubio and Pete Hegseth, they can go in there and finesse those words and say, hey, we're keeping it independent. That's actually why we're doing the strike, because they had a dictatorship. We're going in there. We're going to work with a team, aka Marco Rubio and whoever's going to run it, and we're going to work with their country, and then we're going to make sure we instill their independence. No, bro, call the BS out, Pope Leo. Call out Trump on this stuff. Call out colonialism. Call out imperialism. Call out all these things. Say like, yo, enough is enough. We know what's going on.
The people saying
that's why I can't.
They saying the Pope has been compromised. Pope Leo compromised. They saying he might be getting
as a pope. When has a pope not been compromised? It's almost as if, like, if I was a pope, if they're not trying to assassinate me, then I've probably been compromised. If they're not trying to do what they did to Jesus, then I've probably been compromised. That's how I look at it in a lot of ways. A religious leader, bro, the most dangerous thing in the world is somebody that's trying to bring about peace. That's the most dangerous role in the world. Somebody that's trying to bring peace. Yeah. That's your job, right? That's your job, Pope, all the popes. So unless, like, of course he's got, bro, you're sitting here saying that Venezuela should remain independent after you just saw their president just get kidnapped. Do you have anything to say about that? Do you have anything to say about them double tapping drug boats? Do you have anything to say about us going in there, or Donald Trump saying that this is going to be a good business move? Forget everything else. This is just going to be a good business move. We need to take their oil.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, it's our oil. Do you have anything to say about that?
But remember, like we started off this conversation today, politics stands over religion,
and that's
in the same room.
Because unless you have a gun, people don't respect it. People respect guns more than God. It just is what it is. When you're presented with the choice whether you're going to stand for God or you're going to stand for or be motivated by that gun, you're going to be the gun is going to control your decision more than God.
The gun is for the politician. The God is for the people.
I don't know what's for what. I don't know what's for what, but all I know is that the people. No, you can't even say that the God is for the people. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, they gonna give y'all religion while
y'all had a religion. We got the gun.
Religion. We'll take care of all the guns.
Yeah, remember?
Exactly. I get 100%. I'm with that.
Remember that quote they said? How they pulled up on Africa. They was like,
they left them the Bible.
Go ahead and say it.
Say the whole thing.
It was something like that. Like, they brought Christianity to Africa, and when they in prayer they brought Christianity in prayer, and when they were praying, everyone closed their eyes, and when they opened their eyes, they had Bibles, and when they opened their eyes, they had their land.
So they had their people, both.
Their people, yeah, all that. I gotta look it up. I'm sure I'm butchering it, but it was in a sense like, yeah, politicians got the guns. They don't be walking around with the scriptures and the Bibles and all that stuff. They got security. Like, after you're a president, you get Secret Service. You don't get the covenant. You don't get protection. You get guns around you. You get protection. But then they give us this and they tell us, but y'all keep that. Y'all keep that. That should keep y'all, where y'all want to be. But we got the guns, big dog. And I find it very interesting.
The Pope has always been a political position, I guess.
It's a play.
It's a political position.
It's a good play. If I'm gonna run the play, that's the play. Hey man, I got something for you. I got something for you.
Vaughn's. So let me ask y'all this: if the Pope sounds political and the Pope's always been political,
then where do we go?
Well, who's like the big homie pastor? Like, because the Pope is in the Catholic Church, right?
Yeah.
So if the Pope is the leader of the Catholic Church, is there some sort of leader when it comes to other sets of Christianity denominations?
I would think the big homies are the one with the jets and the shit and the Rolls Royce trucks.
The Rolls, so Creflo Dollar is
that's his shit. Creflo got shit
and
moving.
Joel Osteen, they battle between who's running shit.
Yeah, Osteen, Creflo Dollar. Is TD Jakes one?
Kirk Franklin in political position too. He up there.
He got the ears to the street.
Yeah, and he got the niggas because we get the niggas with some music. Yeah.
Oh man, because he was in the music industry super early. He was the first one to really cross over that gospel, like y'all ain't know. So now they got a couple of hitters. They got a couple OGs really that you probably got to go tap in with when you come into their city. You got to go check in type energy. You ain't making nothing move without Creflo, Osteen, all that. Yeah,
So
those the big homies.
Big homie. That's what I'm asking. Where's the big homie in the church? Like, we have no other. I don't know if we have another option.
The big homies is getting the bag. They not fucking that shit up. If I'm big homie off the scripture, you think I'm gonna speak on this shit and fuck up the money?
So then it's over.
It's up. It's been up. It's up. Just bring your checkbook, bro. You can make shit shake. Don't tell me about voting. Don't tell me. Nah. If you want to really make shit shake, bro, what do you got for me? That's what the principles of America was stood on. What do you got? When we ain't have money and currency, we was trading. What goods you got? What do I have? You got guns, I got tobacco. Let's make some shake. You got to bring something to my doorstep. These the big OGs in the religious game. They're on jets. They got to cast their whole family on jet. They got protection. They pulling up like Virginia Tech, the Virginia Tech William Mary game. Police escort in the front and in the back.
Were these? Oh man.
Oh, you about to go there? Just give me a disclaimer if you are. Damn, it's 9:45.
Nah, I'm not gonna go there.
Okay, because I know I just want to let you know how late it is. You can't.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there. But the one thing that I will leave it with is perhaps we need to figure out a way to add some accountability to some of these religious leaders. I'm not gonna talk about the religion, but to the religious leaders, because I don't think we have another option. I don't think across the board, like if we were to say like, okay, this person's going to lead, this is how they're going to lead this spiritual awakening that clearly we need. Like, this is the person that's going to call out the BS, the hypocrisy of these countries and these leaders running plays based on religious principles and doing it in the name of religion, but violating every single principle while doing so. I don't know who else is going to be able to call that out, because that's kind of the green light. When you get a green light to do things and you justify it based on religion, you justify it based on certain principles, whatever they may be, and the people that you're using to justify it, like, it's like I'm going to BK. BK's vouching for me. Until BK, like, who's going to call out the people? Like, I'm trying to make the analogy. There's probably no suitable analogy, but I think y'all understand what I'm saying. There's nobody else that could be as influential to really shift how we think and how we see the world and really make a cultural impact outside a religious leader.
Billy Graham, you ever heard of him?
Billy Graham.
Yeah, Billy Graham is name. My mom used to love a good Billy Graham. He another OG, been in the game, secured his bag, got his subscribers. Now he's online.
He's a pastor?
Yeah. One of those global churches that televised to the whole nation.
So if Von said, hold on. So if Von, that's kind of the question that I'm just going to leave people with. If none of the spiritual leaders
then why are we
going to take that stance? Huh?
Then why are we subscribing to it?
I just don't get it. Yo, I just don't get it.
But see, the system ain't, as much as we say the system is broken, let's play devil's advocate. Because now the term devil's advocate, all of a sudden, Dak, makes a lot more sense when you really start thinking in that way. Okay. So it's typically a word just to say, oh, let's just look at it another way. No, truly, let's look at it as the devil's advocate. If you consider the way these things are set up, they ideally support exactly what the devil would want. The system isn't broken because this isn't the system he wanted. The reason that you are trying to fight tooth and nail, how to separate and hold accountability and structure, at the end of the day, people's personal agenda and greed will always continue to be at the top on the food chain. Religion, what they believe, what they want, ideals, all that comes, humanity, ethics, morals, everything is under. If man will always put money, power, and control at the top, then it will always be easy to control and manipulate people. Where these people benefit at most, Dak, is being uneducated on these topics. The way to kind of push back on this stuff is to not only force people to become more educated in these spaces, but also because that's where the term the sheep comes, like everybody's a sheep. Well, when I hear sheep, I'm assuming, well, everybody is basically choosing to be ignorant or to be dumb, or they just don't know, or they're too lazy, whatever the reasons to being a sheep. And so these systems work with a bunch of sheep, but they don't work with people like us.
Just one question to you as well, to Vons. Mm-hmm. If Oprah and Tyler Perry lost their credibility, like, how come it's so easy to say that Oprah, like, for them to lose credibility, but it seems like we never hold. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand how it's so easy to point out one losing credibility, but then we don't. I'm just trying. I don't get it, bro. Like, what gives? It's like the thing that should be held with the most criticism, the most accountability, critiqued at the highest level, is the thing that we give the pass the most. And then we wonder why we have a world that is completely manipulated, completely indoctrinated with ways of living that violate how we all know we should be living. But we still just condone it. We still just support it. So that's all I'm gonna say, bro. You can cam up. I'm not gonna get into the whole combo.
Okay.
I just
look. This shit don't. This system, bro. The system is not broken. It's working.
Of course, it's working. It's just not working for you. Like, it's not working for us, the people.
Yeah, it's not working for us.
Yeah, it's not working in our benefit. But if we understand that, why don't we also understand that religion is part of that system?
Because they're okay with it.
Okay with what?
With exactly the way, like, they don't want the change that we want, the accountability they want. They don't want that. They're
Who's
just
that? Who's that?
Let me see, because what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna get baited.
Hey yo, we out, man. We out, man.
You trying to bait me, y'all? I'm not going there.
No, I'm just wondering, like, who are you talking? I just want to be clear.
Whoever that may be is what I'm saying.
Hold on. I'm not used to this. This is a different language you're speaking than what I'm typically used to. Usually you're a little bit more direct. So what are you saying? You're saying
2026, I'm not direct.
Oh, all right. I'm just a little confused. That's all I was saying.
I'm not gonna hit shit on the bullseye no more. I'm gonna start hitting shit to the left, to the right, to the top, and I'm gonna let you take it to the bullseye because y'all not gonna get me going. I already know what it is. Cats, if cats really wanted that shit to make something shake, bruh, they would make something shake, bruh. Why are we policing shit? This ain't even our space.
So this is what we're gonna do. I got it. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go on every we're gonna maybe declare it. We'll figure out what Sunday we're gonna do it. Maybe this Sunday or another Sunday. And we're gonna really start pushing for our spiritual leaders to be held accountable in creating or participating in this spiritual revolution, calling out all the evil and destruction, devilish activity around the world. And we could start with just America. But we'll start doing it. So
All right, let me
I'm
show you a
assuming we
video
got the
real quick.
support of Vons. Vons, you take care of your church, or your people, your congregation, and we'll each just start holding people accountable, because I don't see another way.
I'm gonna pull up the West name for you.
What's that?
The video of somebody standing on business about one of these churches. Let me hold on. Calling for needing so I can show you what it looked like. There it is. Where how do I
know how to share it? Just press that share button on the bottom.
Okay. Hold on, my bad, y'all. Let's do
Or you can send it.
Okay, I see it. Screen.
Mm-hmm.
Allow. And then I need to go. No.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm gonna let me get y'all right real quick. Oh, I need to also share the sound, right?
Yeah, share the sound too.
Okay. Hold on, y'all.
Sharing your screen. Just share the
video.
When it says screen, just share the tab.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Chrome tab. Okay. And then
yeah.
There. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. And then also share tab. Boom. Got it. All right. Y'all can see it?
Nah, hold on. We gotta put it on the screen. There you go.
Okay. I can't. It's up there now?
Yeah, it's out there.
Okay, y'all. This is what it looked like. So
go widescreen, go like expand the screen, full screen.
Oh, okay. Where's that? Oh, it's not widescreen?
Nah, go in the tab.
Uh-huh.
Go click on the video.
Oh, yeah. I was about to click on the video.
All right.
How are you, sir?
There you go.
All right, so I'm just gonna play a little bit, but this is what standing on business looked like for holding cats accountable. This is a preacher, Kenneth Copeland, and I believe he's down in Texas.
How are you, sir? We'd just like to ask you about why you don't want to fly commercial. Why have you said that you won't fly commercial? You said that it's like getting into a tube with a bunch of demons. Why do you think that?
No, listen to me just a second.
Of course.
Not the people. The main reason is because of the need. If I flew commercial, I'd have to stop 65% of what I'm doing. That's really the main.
Isn't it true that you want to fly commercial so that you can fly in luxury? How much money did you pay for Tyler Perry's Gulfstream jet, for example?
Well, for example, that's really none of your business, but...
Isn't it the business of your donors?
Listen, I paid. You kind of caught me off guard here, okay?
Certainly. Well, if you'd like to come out here, I'd like to give you a chance to catch your breath and have a conversation. We don't want to catch you off guard.
I love Inside Edition. You got to get this now. Hey, you listening to me? My wife thinks Inside Edition is, oh yeah. Now, thank you, Lord. Help me. Let me pray this thing.
Well, let me just ask you a really simple question. A lot of people think it's unbecoming for a preacher to live a life of luxury and to fly around in private jets. What's your response to that?
Very simple. It takes a lot of money to do what we do. We have brought over 100, let's see, the latest figures just came out, 122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ. Let me give you.
Hold up. Run that back. How many people did he say?
He said we done brought 120 something
million.
122 million people to the Lord Jesus Christ.
He done brought them to the Lord. He brought them to the Lord, Dak. What you want?
See, this is why
Let me give you
all
another
y'all that repping the same thing, y'all gotta in the hood. They check this.
They check this behavior.
I was scheduled
moving different. Like they get DP'd for stuff like this. You get disciplined for stuff like this.
And he got one line, and I'm gonna cut it off because there's one line that went viral.
Lagos, Nigeria. That's a long ways. I had a week off, and I was scheduled for Peru. And I prayed about it, and I thought, I'm not missing that dedication in Jerusalem. without the airplane that we have that I bought from Tyler Perry, and I didn't pay anywhere. And Tyler's one of the greatest guys. He made that airplane so cheap for me, I couldn't help but buy it.
Well, my question then, okay, all right, but I want to get to the demons because people are very concerned about that comment.
Give me a chance here, Inside Edition. I love your eyes. And here's what happened. We flew in 21 days, 70 hours, 40,000 miles, touched 5 continents, and preached face to face personally with 125,000 people.
Do you ever use your private jets to go visit your vacation homes, for example?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Again, getting back to the comment, you said that you don't like to fly commercial because you don't want to get into a tube with a bunch of demons. Do you really believe that human beings are demons?
No, I do not. And don't you ever say I did. We wrestle not with flesh and blood, but principalities and powers.
Can you explain what you meant by...
Come on, Glay.
Yeah.
Come on, Glay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm logging off before you go there.
Bro, I'm sorry, but come on, man.
Nah, they're not going there. They're not coming on. My man said, and don't you ever say I said that shit. And she won. She one person trying to stand on a little business.
But you know what, though? When you believe in something, you'll see this and you'll see this as the anomaly. See, people that are Christian, they're going to see him as and you could turn the camera on.
You see, okay, but as long as you know.
Do you want me to react to it or not?
No, I'm not gonna. I'm just here to get you going and then uncam off.
Well, all I'm saying is that people who are Christian have adopted this mindset that he's the anomaly. But meanwhile, all the anomalies are the ones that get the most amount of wealth. They're the ones that have the most power. So therefore, they're the ones that are dictating the culture of Christianity in America. And you can't deny that. So all of these things that we think that we're accepting or we're our relationship with God, we have to understand that, you know what it is? A lot of it's arrogance from a lot of us. We are so arrogant that we think that we're not impacted by cultural norms or things that determine our culture. We think that, oh, well, that's just that person. That's just that church. This doesn't impact me. We are all impacted by this. Especially if you rep the same thing. These are the leaders. These are the ones setting the tone. Even I didn't want to mention it earlier when we were talking about politics and religion. Bro, the politicians the religious leaders have always been politicians. It's always been politics.
Mm-hmm.
From the Council of Nicaea to before that, the religious leaders have always, we watched 300. Like those are the people getting together. That's the council. Those are like it's always been the same thing interchangeably.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not.
Go ahead and do some deep breathing, bro.
Let's do some deep breathing.
Yeah.
Let's.
Somebody said, "Where's Robert?" See.
I just don't get it. Like, if that's what you're gonna rep, then let's rep it. Let's actually change it. Let's shift the culture of it. Let's create this movement because, newsflash. Look, let me be very clear. If I thought that there was another way, I wouldn't even go at religion the way that I go at it. There's no other way. The only way to address these issues is to start a new religion or to address the religions that we currently have. Religion dictates how we live life. There's a reason why all of the corruption that we've seen happen, the most evil things throughout the world, why they use religion to rationalize it, because it's the most powerful tool to manipulate people.
Yeah, so I mean, that's really what you're saying. Basically, that's what you're saying, though.
What am I saying?
And that's not wrong. You're basically saying, because the reason we even press in religion is because it's the only one we can fucking snatch everybody up with.
It's the only thing.
If there was anything else that could govern the world, we wouldn't give a damn about talking about this. But it's just the only way you can snatch up every soul and get them to believe. So we notice the vessel and we like, all right, if that's what they're going to buy in, at least put somebody good in front of the vessel to dictate where we going. Yeah, but you can't have the guy on the private jet and tell me, oh, I don't subscribe to that. He's on a jet. He's got millions subscribing to that.
But this is what happens. Robert's gonna say, I don't rock or rep with evangelicals. Vons is gonna say there's bad apples in every pot. That's the pot. It's the pot. What don't we realize? It's not just evangelicals. If it wasn't evangelicals, I asked y'all earlier, who are your spiritual leaders? What are they doing? What are they doing to call out what's going on, all the evil and destruction around the world? Everybody was crickets. It's not just the evangelicals. They're just better at making money. It's not just the evangelicals, bro. It's this mindset that we have. Like yeah. This is why it's so easy to control people, bro. You'll defend it at all costs, bro. It's bullshit, bro. It's bullshit, bro. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry.
Y'all got them going.
All of y'all that are repping this religious stuff, bro, y'all are cowards, bro. And I'm being honest, y'all are cowards. And I'm telling you why you're cowards. Because you're not standing on it. You're not holding people accountable. This is God y'all are talking about. There's bad apples in every bunch. Are you fucking crazy? They're acting like the exception is not the norm. No, it's like how we look at obesity in the black community. We act like black women, the average weight is not 180 something pounds. Like it's the fucking norm. Because people keep treating it like it's the exception. And when you keep treating the norm like it's the exception, you're never going to address the problem at hand and be able to fix it. Y'all are fucking children, bro. I'm sick of this shit, bro. People are fucking dying, and y'all are still standing on this shit, letting people like them get money, get wealthy, get rich, and nobody says anything. Oh, those are just the bad apples. What the fuck are you talking about, the bad apples? It's the entire culture. That's like sitting here saying, oh, well, the black culture, you know, the kids in Chicago, those are just the bad apples. That's the culture. Oh, these boogers that are getting sexualized, these black women, the Meg Thee Stallions, those are Kamala Harris is bringing Meg Thee Stallion on stage to shake her ass. It's not the exception. It's the dominant culture. But we keep looking at it like the exception, which is why the problem continues to persist, bro. Y'all gotta grow the fuck up, bro. I'm sick of this shit, bro. I'm sick of holding my tongue with grown-ups. Grown-ups. Bad apples in every pot. And Big Bro Steve, if your spiritual leader is Jesus, are we acting like Jesus? Are we acting like our leaders? Bro, I don't got no breath work for y'all today. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good, bro. I'm good. I'm good. I'm tired of being around sucking niggas, bro. And I'm gonna get off because I'm getting out of character, and I'm just tired of it, bro. Across the board, I'm tired of being around bitch ass niggas. There's people that are dying, bro. People that are fucking dying, and we still sitting here trying to do the same thing, trying to justify the same shit that we've been doing, expecting a different result. The definition of insanity.
On facts.
Bro, I'm good, bro. I'm out, yo. I'm gonna holler at y'all tomorrow, all right?
All right.